the mantis brings out a silver tray with small sort of like porcelain teacups, a small plate with assorted biscuits, and lays it down on the ground in front of you, just on the grassy floor, as AllSeed sits there in sort of lotus position, his his naked body fully on display to all of you as you sit down, and he gestures to the tray to help yourselves as the mantis sort of pours tea into the cups.
Pauly definitely has a little peek at his privates. That's just more out of curiosity than anything else.
Yeah. So as you have a look, this AllSeed is male, very much so, or at least has the male genitalia that you're not accustomed to. I don't know. Is Pauly very accustomed
that's
to
why.
human wang?
That's literally why I'm looking at it. I'm just curious as to what, I mean, I don't have a wang like that, so just kind of curious.
Yeah. Yes. So it's, if you've ever caught Sorn in the shower, probably not Ymir, because we all know Ymir was famous for having a tiny pebble of a cock.
Yes.
But I imagine Dylan rectified that mistake when he re-rolled a character and decided to roll higher.
He basically took all of his charisma and strength and put it into his penis.
That's right. Yeah.
Can't he also cast illusions or something?
Yeah. So I think
minor illusion.
Anytime Pauly's accidentally walked in on Sorn in the shower, Sorn's ready with some magic.
It's literally hanging out the shower drapes, just underneath, dragging along with him.
I think that's why he took the enlarge spell.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah. So you're in the jungle spot. You're all sitting around AllSeed. Karu and Dumrakir, you're led between some of these twisting trees out of line of sight of the rest of this. Karu, what kind of moves are you making as Dumrakir is definitely doing his best to just sort of, he's flexing, he's kind of pointing to different tattoos that he's got and saying to the dryads, who, it's unclear whether they speak common or not, as they haven't really spoken yet. It's all kind of been titters and like, shy kind of geisha-esque kind of giggles as they lead you on.
I think like Karu is probably like, asking their name, but like, in that like soft, like, what's your name? Oh, yeah. What do you do around here? Like, oh, I've also got tattoos. But he's like, I think he knows he can't compete with Dumrakir's like flexing. So he's kind of just like, and I think this is something he's always done. He's never been like the most attractive one in the group. So he's just doing that like, oh, I'll get to know you. Like, oh yeah, what's your name? Who's that? Oh, are you guys friends? Like he's just like really attentively trying to listen to whatever conversation is happening. Yep. Which is probably bad if they're just giggling back at him.
Yeah, which is hilarious, because they either don't seem interested in talking about themselves, can't understand you and don't care, or there's a lot of like, oh, how are you doing? And they're just like, oh, and like are leading you along, and they're kind of stroking your arms and tentacles as they lead you deeper into the brush area. Dumrakir, meanwhile, is of course regaling them with stories. He says, have you heard of the time that the great Dumrakir, legendary sailor, took on the Kraken? Ladies, it was holding me down, but Dumrakir stood up and its tentacles split apart as I stood forth. It could not hold against my muscles, which are like the mighty oak.
I would say that Karu's like, no way, really? And he like forgets about the whole like thing, and he's like mid trying to talk to one of them, and then he hears that story and he just like just stops engaging, and he's like, for real, you took on a Kraken? Like he's just like, whoa, and he's like getting in the way of the other girls. He's totally ruining it. He's just like, no way, for real, and he's like patting him like, that's amazing, holy shit, do you hear it? And he's turning into like the best wingman for who doesn't need it. Yeah. Whoops.
Dumrakir, we all remember, looks like this.
He doesn't need help.
He doesn't need help. But he seems to take it in stride, as if just sort of course, you would talk up Damrakir, and maybe he's like, oh yes, yeah, it was amazing, and he tries to set you up like, Karu, tell them your story about how the time that you were amazing and killed a bunch of people.
Yeah, and Karu's like, well, I think I've done that. I can't remember. It's like, I'm definitely like, woken up amongst like a sea of dead bodies and been like, whoa, is that me? And it's just like a bad story. It's like, it's not cool. It's like a bit too gory and a bit too just like, yeah. I'm sure they just titter anyway.
Yeah.
but I'm sure Damrakir is looking like, oh no, man, that's not what what are you doing? Yeah. He's like, yeah, there was blood everywhere. This one guy had his intestines out. It was so gross. And I was like, maybe I did that. But I don't know.
He gets that look on his face where his smile and eyes become very glassy and brittle. Like it's not a warm, genuine smile. It's kind of just like I need to support my friend.
No,
because I set them up for this.
Yeah, Karu's like, no? Oh, I mean, your story is way better. You just tell your story. It's fine. I'll just be here.
Yeah.
Because Karu's just like, I'm happy to just admire as well.
They lead you to sort of this area sort of beyond the trees, and two of them take Damrakir and kind of start pushing him up against the tree, and almost similar to what they've already been doing when pulling him along, but kind of gliding their hands over his half-naked body and arms. And the other two go to push you against a tree and do the same, Karu. Give me a perception check.
Like, do I actually like this? I guess that's the question I'm going for.
Insight check.
I'm not
an insight
using...
check for yourself.
Oh, am I doing insight?
No. I've asked for a perception check.
Yeah, cool. Sorry. Yeah. Solid average.
Yeah. You notice that they you're unsure if this is how this is maybe meant to feel. I don't want to guess on Karu's experience in this realm.
I think he's like, hey, Damrakir, is this? And as they're like pushing him against the tree, he's like, is this what usually happens?
Damrakir is like, haha, yes, of course, this is how it always is. But you're getting like, every time they brush past you, you're getting like, what would be fun and silk, like a silk handkerchief across the face or like some sort of playful teasing, is it's a branch with leaves. Like it's actually small sticks and stuff, but smacking you in the face occasionally.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't know, I'm not really. No, thank you. No, mess it up. I'm not really vibing. Like he's just trying to be like, I don't know if I like this. This is weird.
Yeah, and what
is trees where we're at?
And is Karu also shirtless? Are we just a whole bunch of shirtless boys in this party? Like, describe to me what Karu's wearing.
Karu usually wears like a sleeveless chest plate thing. I don't know armor or clothing names very well. But it's like a leather sort of thing. I imagine he hasn't taken it off. I can imagine he's just like, no, it's fine. Leave that on.
Yeah, but you've got the holes for arms, and then the tentacles come from the shoulders or come from the back? Like, is it a Goro situation?
Yeah, they come from sort of here, like shoulder blades almost.
Yeah. Where wings would be on a more appealing looking angel.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Fucked up angel, yes.
That's good. Very cool. All right, well, yeah, they start pushing you against the tree, and they're quite strong. They and their hands and skin feels it's smooth and it's almost polished, but like polished wood, unlike smooth soft skin. And it's probably a very weird texture on your tentacly and fish-like. You don't have fish-like skin, but you certainly have regular humanoid kind of skin.
Yeah, I don't know if Karu is vibing. I think he's kind of weirded out by this weird ceremony, and he's just like, I'm not sure about this anymore.
yeah, they're pushing you sort of onto the or back up to the tree, pushing you onto it, and they actually start pulling vines off the tree and starting to tie you to the tree.
No, I try to get out. I try to like duck out of the way. Like, no, ladies, no. You know what? You need to ask my permission before you do something like that.
And you just ask that in. Do you say that in common?
Yes.
Yeah. They don't
understand.
They don't seem to understand. We're going to do a bit of a dexterity contest here.
Okay.
As they're trying to hold
Can
you
I
down.
use that acrobat? No, sorry.
that nat 20.
Use that nat 20.
I'll let you make an acrobatics, but it's not going to be that nat 20 you rolled earlier. They will have advantage though because there's two of them. Do remember though, you do have an inspiration point. You have 2 inspiration points in the bank, I believe. Actually, 3 now that Cait threw in a subscription. So you do have 3 inspiration points in the bank.
Place to use an inspiration point.
Use it.
Yeah.
I've got a 10. I feel like with advantage that like I'd have to get a nat 20 to avoid it.
I'll tell you now, you need to beat an 18. You need to hit or beat an 18.
Okay, I'd like to use one of those inspirations to roll again.
Absolutely. Now, yeah, dirty 20. Excellent. So they're trying to pull these ropes around you, or these vines, and sort of tie you to the tree, spread eagle cross style, with your back to the trunk. But you're able to kind of slip out of their grasp, and they kind of frown and pout. Whereas Damrak here seems to be just going with it. He's just all about it. We cut back. I'll cut back at this point, unless you had something you want to throw in right now.
I think all that would happen is like Karu, like he does that and starts to sort of back away like this. He's like, "Hey, look, we need refreshments before we continue, right? I'm gonna just get." And he starts to move, but he can do that later. But he starts to move to where everyone else is.
They don't seem to stop you. They're kind of like, "No, come back." They're kind of gesturing for you to come back, but they don't. They don't bar your way or anything like that.
Nice.
And then the other 2 kind of turn to Damrak here, who's just like, "Yeah, ladies, all right, whatever. Oh, this is a bit freaky, but I'm here for it." And they just, that's a branch in the wrong spot. Oh no, okay. As he's sort of being tied to this tree, and the other 2 who were sort of trying to tie you up turn to Damrak here. And as you walk off and rejoin the main group, the last thing you see is them pulling sort of a mossy or a leafy blindfold over his eyes as he gets tied to the tree.
Cool.
As you return back to the AllSeed and the rest. Who's doing what? AllSeed sort of offered you all tea and biscuits, and he takes up a cup himself, and takes a moment and selects a biscuit, and says, "Please help yourselves."
Definitely.
Yeah, Yama is definitely helping himself for sure. I would like to inquire what the tea is that you have so graciously offered us.
He says, it is a blend of sinus leaves from my homeland, the Feywild.
And is it delicious, DM?
I think so. Well, I guess it depends on if you like tea or not, right? But you definitely feel
He loves tea.
It's a strong flavor. It's almost like if you've had sort of a strong raspberry tea. That's got like a strong kick to it. It's also got it's almost got a punch like it's a mulled wine. It's definitely got like something else to it. Those of you who, well, I guess only I'd say probably only Sorn and Karu, if they take a cup, would kind of recognize that Feywild taste.
Can
Upon
I,
drinking it.
after having a sip, can I just add a bit of my hat flask, my cinnamon hat flask into it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Just mix
Sorn
it up.
will add some of his.
There he is.
I've been
Hey.
in here for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Sorn will add in some of his drow wine that he has as well, just to give it a little bit more kick.
Yeah. So Sorn, you definitely taste the flavors, and I don't know if these flavors are very common to drow. Probably because drow kind of historically turned away from the Feywild kind of thing, but it evokes that kind of flowery, fruity kind of texture and flavor. Those notes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely added some of his own wine to sort of level out that the palate a bit, because it's a little bit too fruity and punchy for his taste. But he's trying to be as polite as possible about it. For once.
Yeah. And who's eating and drinking? Karu, you've kind of joined the group by this stage, I think.
I think after that little thing with the ladies, he doesn't. Maybe he grabs a biscuit, but he doesn't eat it. He just kind of holds it in his hand because he's a little unsure now.
Yeah. Give me a history check, and Sorn, you could probably do the same.
Ooh, nice.
Faye.
Do you just do another acrobatics check? Do you do a backflip?
No.
History?
I have a question. Are these guys Fae?
Oh, yeah.
Fiends or undead? They are Fae? Cool. I can roll with advantage with history.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
For Fae. So I will do that. Oh, good.
Yeah. So
20.
You and Sorn probably have the same instinct at the same time. You both look at each other and kind of realize that this is a Fae giving you food and drink. This is probably something, Karu, you've definitely been warned about. Sorn, you've probably heard stories about it.
Has Pauly and Yama eaten or drank
I've
tea yet?
downed my whole fucking tea.
I definitely, I drank the tea.
Yeah, I've had the smallest of sips, like the.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'd even allow it because we're doing things a little bit out of order here, but I'd even allow it, Sorn, if you've taken a smell and you already told me you poured your wine in. If you've poured your wine in to kind of dilute it or displace what you've been given, right? Like you've kind of
I've done
poured it out and then put your wine in instead.
I've done a little bit of a smell and then like a tiny dipped a pinky in and tasted it just to see if I can notice anything, and then poured some out and added the wine in and gone maybe not, and then poured it all out and filled it up with wine.
Pauly just straight up added the whiskey and to add some flavor.
Yeah.
Because cinnamon works really well with mulled wine.
Yes. Yeah. And you feel that sort of warming, that fruitiness. And I mean, once you add the whiskey, you certainly feel the tipsiness as well. But Yama, you and Pauly don't feel different or anything. There's no effect to this wine. It just feels good, warms up your insides. As AllSeed sort of looks at the pack of Rothe that you brought in with you and says, "What peculiar beasts you have brought into our grove? Why do you trespass upon the grove of AllSeed?"
Yeah, look, I mean, we were just trying to pass through. That's pretty much it. I mean, we thank you for your hospitality, and we just wanted to get it through here and then get into the person who owns them.
We do apologize, AllSeed. We did not know that you were here.
I will interject and be like, I didn't have a choice. I fell out of the sky.
He says, he looks at you, Pauly, and then Yama. He says, "Of course, you are welcome. For our gift of food and our gift of honey and drink. But you must join us. You must stay. There will be plenty to do. We tend the grove. I don't know if your beasts can stay here for long. They don't seem climatized. And he sort of holds out his hand, and a flower grows, and then it sort of sails off into the wind. He says, "All things belong where they should be."
I mean, we are kind of just passing through. Yeah, like we're just going through.
The offer is lovely. Yeah, but yeah, we're only going to come through here for a little bit, and then we're going to bugger off.
Oh, but you must stay. We have much to discuss. There are questions that need answering. Questions beyond the immortal ken. And you, with your brief
we can stick around.
lives-
We can stick around for a little bit, and then you answer some of your questions. But we got to get going, probably in like an hour.
Yeah, can we actually just like deliver these things, these beasts that aren't like acclimatized to your area? Can we just do that first, and then on our way back we pop in, have some more tea, like continue this later?
He says, you two cannot leave. I have given you the gift, you must give me yours, which is your time.
What gift? I didn't get a gift. You guys get a gift?
I've given you enough time.
I would happily pour you a cup from my tea.
He says, the custom of the Fey, you have eaten and dranken from my bounty, and have thus sworn an oath to do me a favor.
Sorn just points at his puddle on the ground as well. Sorn's just like,
Yeah. Karu holds up the biscuit like, I technically haven't eaten or drunk anything, so I'm good.
And look, I mean, I only drank something, but that's because if you put a liquid in front of me, I'm going to drink it.
And my mother taught me better.
He says, then you should know the ways. These are, of course, the rules. Do you dare disobey them? He says, you two who have been rude to not partake my gifts, I can oversee, and of course you are bound to no one. But you two who have dranken and eaten of the bounty of my spirit, yet do not fulfill your obligations.
You guys here have a real issue with consent.
And also, too, we have another obligation to get done first. We are technically under obligation to the person who owns these Rothe, so we cannot be under obligation to you until our job is complete.
He says,
can I try to persuade him in some way?
Sure. Yeah, give me a persuasion check. See if he gets.
I'm going to join in on this persuasion as well, and just add that I am sworn to try and give advantage. I'm going to say I am sworn to the dream. I cannot be induted to anyone, and these people sworn to me as friends, so they are sworn to the dream too.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, yeah. That's with the advantage from Sorn.
That's correct. Yeah, the first roll was 20. Dirty 20.
He says, yes, one of the dreamings, of course, and that is why you are sworn to no one else. AllSeed understands. Yet, these other mortals, they swear up and down, left and right, eastward and south to the winter and the summer, tangling themselves in knots of obligation. This is not AllSeed's problem, but perhaps there is something you can do, something trivial for AllSeed, and you shall go and complete your obligations without being rude.
All right, you tell us what you want done first, and then we'll think about it.
Merely answer my questions. I do not get out into the mortal realm much. Not often do our worlds collide such as they do now. But the Witchlight Carnival is once again returned, and so I am also here. Please.
Look, I'm not against answering the question. Yeah, it's just to understand, though, too. We do have a time limit we've got to get this done by. So, ask away.
But what is And what is an acceptable time frame?
Like 5
1
minutes.
And how long have you been here?
5 minutes.
Ah, and a minute is?
60 seconds.
How many questions have you got?
Someone's going to just raise a hand real quick and say, "Do you have concept of time? Do you know what time is?"
He looks at you, his head on an angle, and says, "Time. Yes.
Really?
Of course. We have been here for a year. All right."
Yes, and we only are allowed to give you an hour, so we are well past due. We must leave.
But an hour has not yet passed. It has been but a year.
But a year has passed. A year is many more hours.
And we must ask our questions.
You may ask
3
one.
questions.
No, yeah, exactly. You get 3 questions.
3. That's Fey as fuck. I love that.
Yeah.
God. Oh God.
All right. First, tell me a man who is always in disguise, tells not truth but only tells lies. Then tell me what's the last thing to mend, the middle of the middle, the end of the end. And finally, tell me what's the sound often heard during the search for a hard-to-find word. String them together and answer me this: which creature would you be unwilling to kiss?
That was 4 questions.
I point at Sorn.
Sorn's eyes just go black.
I thought you were going to ask questions about the world that you don't know anything about. That was a riddle. Tricked us.
Aren't all questions riddles? Isn't
No.
life but an unending series of riddles?
All right.
Karu's just like, damn it.
1 second. I must have. 1 second. I want to write this down so I can actually. It helps me if I write something down like a riddle.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, can we get that question again, please?
We just get that in writing.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to write that down. Yeah.
Just chuck it in the chat, Jan.
Yeah. Oh, if you can chuck it in Discord for me, that'd be great.
I'll chuck it in the Discord. In the D&D Pirates.
Maybe just repeat it again because that it sounded cool as hell.
All right. Why did it put it as an image? That's whack. Okay. First, tell me a man who is always in disguise, tells naught truth but only tells lies. Then tell me what's the last thing to mend, the middle of the middle, the end of the end. And finally, tell me what's the sound often heard during the search for a hard-to-find word. String them together and answer me this: which creature would you be unwilling to kiss?
I like that a lot.
If I can put that in Twitch chat. Well.
So it ends with is about
yeah,
the only thing.
That's all I've got.
What creature would you be unwilling to kiss? What creature ends with
First, tell me a man who is all guys, tells not truth but only tells lies. And tell me what's the last thing to mend. The middle of the middle, the end of the end. And finally tell me what's the sound often heard during the search for a hard-to-find word.
Yeah, so something. A man who's always in disguise tells not truth but only tells lies. What? Dan, what book did you pull this from? It's like those math puzzles you put in the other game.
Oh yeah. You gotta keep it interesting, you know.
This is good. This is good. I love this shit.
So, let me know if you want some hints. If you do get stuck on a brutal wall, right? Like I don't want to. I'm not going to sit here silently on Twitch for the next hour.
Yeah, you want an hour of us just being like, mend.
Yeah,
can we get it? I would like a hint.
Okay.
Maybe.
You are on the right track with but is incorrect.
Oh, is it an ah?
Wait,
You're thinking the right way though, in that it's like a sound you make while thinking.
Maybe it's
It could be
End in
Can I?
Oh, I actually think I know what it is.
Ooh. Tell the
No, I don't.
group.
No, I don't.
alligator. I don't know why. I just was going with
Would this be? Can I? Oh.
Spider. Spy. Tell me a man who's always in disguise.
Middle and yeah. Spider.
D. Spider.
You got it, spider. Absolutely.
I'll sit. Was that where you were gonna go, Dill, or what were you doing?
Yeah, I was gonna say I would definitely not kiss a spider because I fucking hate them.
I'll see.
Well, string them together. I probably gave you that one. The string, you know.
Yes. So AllSeed kind of nods and says yes. Spiders have been plaguing us in these jungles of late, stirred up by the giants and their kind. You are correct. They are spiders that we have problems with. Are you ready?
Maybe you should stop kissing them.
I'm really happy I got that.
Sorry.
We've answered your question. We may leave.
More. These are awesome.
Oh god, we're gonna be
We
here
said
forever.
Two more. We said three. Two more.
Love riddles, man.
In the green valley there is a green door. There is a rule to determine what may enter and what may not. Kitten may enter, but cat may not. You can't take your horse unless it's a stallion. Mummy may enter, but mum may not. What is the rule?
Can you send it in again? Sorry, it helps me to look at it.
Yeah.
And
in the green valley, there is a green door. There is a rule to determine what may enter and what may not. Kitten may enter, but cat may not. Mummy may enter, but mum may not. You can't take your horse unless it's a stallion. What is the rule? Why did I close Twitch chat when I'm clearly going to want to put it to them too?
Well, there is a green door. There is a rule to determine what may enter and what may not. Kitten may enter, but cat may not. Mummy may enter, but mum may not. You can't take your horse unless it's a stallion. What is the rule? What is the rule? Fucking love riddles.
I'm hoping everyone's having fun here. I don't want to, you know.
I'm just terrible at it.
I'm having a
very
great
terrible,
time.
yeah.
Kitten may enter, but cat may not. Okay. You can't enter, Katsu. Can we get a hint?
Kitten can enter. Kitten may enter. Mummy may enter. Is it a multiples of the same letter may enter?
Yeah, because kitten's got 2 T's, mummy's got 3 M's, stallion's got 2 L's.
AllSeed nods and says yes. That is a rule, and rules must be followed. Very good.
We got it.
The final question.
Ooh, good job, guys.
He says, one night, 4 men sat down to play. They played all night through break of day. They played for gold and not for fun, with separate scores for everyone. When it came time to square accounts, all men had made quite fair amounts. Can you the paradox explain? If no man lost, how could all gain?
They were thieves. That's a guess. That's 100% a guess.
He looks at you, Sorn, and and kind of a single tear comes out his eye, and then turns into crystal butterflies and flies away.
What?
And says, "No, and I'm sorry that your mind would go there. What weight is on your soul, dear one?"
Quite a lot, to be fair.
That's so deep.
Send it in again. I like looking at it.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Pretty please.
Were they just having fun?
Are they like making hay or something? Like it's not gold, it's something else.
Oh,
Something that is gold.
Love that abstract.
You say they're making. What you said, making gold?
No, I said that they're making hay.
Oh, they're making hay.
I was sort of saying that to like, is they making hay? Maybe like not really addressing him, but like you're welcome to respond.
Yeah. A single sunbeam like alights on his face, and sort of glitters with stars and petals, and he says, "These men do cut down our sweet brothers, but it is not that which I seek.
It's not gambling, is it?
It saddens me to think of hay being cut down in its prime, scattered across the earth, bundled together." And he kind of looks at you, Karu, with sort of an intense, sort of saddened stare, and says, "No, child. They were
I think I know it."
making hay." And he sort of slowly turns to Pauly.
Were they musicians?
A note rings out in the forest around you. He smiles, beams with sunlight, and says, "Yes, they were making music. The sweetest of all sound. Can you not hear it here? The lands between worlds. You have answered my questions 3, and you are, of course, under no obligation to stay. However, if you would like to answer one final question, I would give a gift freely given. Tickets to the Witchlight Carnival."
Yeah. Yes, you guys came for that?
Yes.
Do it.
Alright.
I like AllSeed. I like Riddles. That's a really good one, actually, because I sat there, I was like, one night, 4 men sat down to play. I was like, they played all night through the break of day. I'm like, fuck, they're not gambling.
It's so bad. It's so bad that we were just talking about poker before.
It was actually
went
really
live too.
convenient that we were talking about poker at the start of the call.
And that's what made me think about it too. It's like, wait, no, but they're not gambling. You know what I mean? They're definitely not gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, they all sat down to play. What else is play? Like, no, it has to be music.
He says, "What fate draws towards every arrow? What drives a cart from the straight and narrow? What answer brings death to every knot? What might follow from a hastily said thought? When too late they realized what they lacked, what was the only option left for them to choose? When they found the walls pressed upon their back, the foolish mortals' challenge will end when they..."
Oh, I think you've cut out, Dan.
No, he's leaving an opening for you to finish the
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought for a second there. I mean, I literally thought you just cut out.
That's fair. Oh wait, so I just yeah, there we go.
You added into Twitch chat. Yeah, I saw that. Towards every other drives a cart from the straight.
I gotta.
What answer brings death to every knot? What might follow from a hastily said thought? Was the only option left for them to choose. When they found the walls pressing upon their back, the foolish mortals' challenge will end when they...
Sorn's going to put a finger up and just say, "Can we please speak amongst ourselves for a moment?"
Of course, please confer. Though, remember, all lives, they are so short. Do not spend too much time dillying and dallying. But you may only have a minute left.
Okay. Sorn's going to quickly just say to everyone quietly, what would drive a cart from the straight and narrow would be like a loose wheel, would it not? Because you loose an arrow, a wheel is loose. That's the only word that comes to mind for me.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, I don't know. Loose sounds good. I feel like he's setting us up for something here. Like, bad. I don't trust him. Oh, by the way, Dunrick here is like being tied to a tree.
He's fine. He's fine over there, I guess.
I think he's definitely enjoying it, but I'm not too sure.
Yama, Pauly, what do you think?
The foolish mortals challenge will end when they lose.
Loose.
That's what I was thinking. Loose, yeah. Because you loose an arrow.
Yeah, and a loose wheel on a cart would be.
Loose wheel, yeah. Loose and not.
Yeah, I think it's loose. I think you guys are right.
And someone's just going to say.
What might follow from a hastily said thought. When too late they realized what they lacked, what was the only option left for them to choose? When they found the walls pressing upon their back, the foolish mortals' challenge will end when they lose. Lose.
I think it's lose. Yeah. I hope he's not talking about us, though. The Fays are weird like that.
The Fae are quite strange.
It has to be lose. I mean, like, lose. You know, like.
I think you're right. It's just
the challenge,
and I'm worried he's like.
The foolish mortals' challenge will end when they lose. Lose.
Yeah.
Lose. It's lose. And I'll turn to AllSeed and say it's lose. The foolish mortals' challenge will end when they lose.
He kind of looks at you for a moment, right in your eyes, and then he closes his eyes and turns his face up to the sun, listening, sort of weighing your answer in his head back and forth, and says, "Very well. It does sadden me, as I have come to consider you friends in the many years that have passed since we have been here. You would end your challenge by losing.
See, I told you it was setting us up.
Perhaps your future fates will be redeemed from that loss, and that any foes face when you're pressed back up against the wall, you will choose to do anything else but. But if that is your choice, so be it." He says, "You have answered my questions." And he holds out for you 4 small tickets that say on them, the Witchlight Carnival.
Admit one.
Admit one, yeah.
Were we right, or is that just a riddle that doesn't have a true answer? Because I feel like I had a lot of ideas, but I don't know.
Lose makes sense.
Lose makes sense, or choose because you choose to loose an arrow.
He says, "It says much about your tactics or your grit. You have of course come here, missions in hand, obligations twisting and turning, yet you are ready to lose. It says much about your character. Other heroes, other mortals, perhaps would attack. Maybe they would fare better. That is, I guess, for the fates."
Well, AllSeed, sometimes the mission or the plan you have going into it shouldn't be straight to violence. And I will say that however long we have spent here with you has been an absolute pleasure. And I'll go to shake his hand.
Mm-hmm. He looks down at it, like not really knowing what you're like. You're holding your hand out to him. He kind of looks at it like he's interested by it. He's just like, "Oh wow, wow."
All right. Well, I'll grab his hand and put his hand into it. This is called a handshake. This is what mortals do to say they're happy to meet someone.
Of course, you must make contact. For all contacts are so fleeting when you are mortal. You must get
I'll give him a hug.
As you can, physical touch, or it may be the last time you ever see that person. You are ever running towards your deathbeds. And
oh god, you really got to start positive thinking.
I'll go from that handshake into a hug.
He says, "It is so beautiful. A candle that is a light for just a moment, providing fight against the darkness for as long as it can." No,
is he still saying this while I'm hugging him?
Yeah.
All right. Do I feel his like leafy penis brush up against me?
Oh yeah, he's got it's full soft, but it's nice and nestled in there within your feathers, I suppose.
Into the feathers?
Yeah.
I don't wear
rubbing
pants.
Against your armor for sure.
Yeah, I don't wear pants, so I'm just saying, you know. Always shirt dicking it.
Yeah. Yes, he says it is upbeat, it is beautiful. Fighting, raging against the dying light. Perhaps we could all learn something from you that we could implement when my life is but 5 more minutes older. And he says, "Please, go with peace amongst my grove. Take your beasts with you. They should have been fed and watered." You all you've all during this time have experienced a short rest.
Awesome. I am going to use that to use some hit dice then. I will use 3. Oh wow, 26. I rolled 2 8s and a 7. Take short rest.
Just making a roll for Damrock here over here. Okay. As this is happening, Damrock here sort of steps out from behind the trees and bushes and so on, and his hair is all ruffled. He's got sort of leaves and twigs sticking out of his hair, and he seems to be kind of cinching his leather pants back on, walking perhaps with only the slightest bit of a limp, and he says, "Hey, we ready to go? We should go."
Is he just pulling out of his crack?
Why don't you all give me a perception check if you're
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to know what he's done. Oh damn, 9.
Roll as Yama.
Yeah, I got a 9.
Oh, okay. So, Pauly also got a 9. So none of you notice.
21.
Yeah. Everyone just notices the surface level of he's pulling like some leaves out of his butt crack, out of his hair and so on, brushing like you can see a lot of like twig scratches on his chest, or could have been twigs, could have been nails. Sorn, with your more perceptive vision, you can see that there's sort of a real bright red mark, or there's a bit of a dull red mark, I guess, like around his neck that was probably made by some kind of vine or rope. He's definitely going to be a bit sore from that, and Sorn, you see that he's sort of in a bit of a hurry. That limp's maybe put on a little bit, but yeah, he does seem certainly ready to go and ready to press on.
Oh, he is in his mind. You okay, big guy?
And he says, he says back to you in his mind, of course, Damrakir is more than enough tiefling for 5 dryads. 4 was a bit of a walk in the jungle, you know?
I can read exactly how you feel. In your mind, there's no bravado.
Damrakir says, I don't know what you're talking about. I handled it excellently. We should just go now, though. We should just go very quickly. I would much appreciate to get out of here. Thank you.
Okay, let's all right. And then Sorn will say to everyone, "All right, we need to go, guys. We got to get these Ruthe dropped off. We got to go." And looks back at Damrakir and just winks, like not subtly at all. It's just like, yeah, we're out.
I feel like Karu really nailed the whole wrangling of beasts mode in the last the last session. So he just like tentacles out. He's like, "Yep, I know what to do. Come on!" And he's just
just yowing them. Good.
He's just getting them out. Yeah.
Very good. Let me heal up some of these Rothe a little bit because they can also get benefits of a short rest. Let's give them another 8 hit points. So they're no longer bloodied. Well, the one that was bloodied is no longer bloodied.
Before we leave as well, Sorn's going to like gather the Rothe in a circle, and he's just going to pop a 3rd level prayer of healing to just top them right off.
I'll stop you there, just because I don't want you to waste anything. They are all pretty much full health except one. After that.
Alright, well, he's gonna. Alright, he'll assess them all before we leave, and I'll pump a. If they're all pretty much full, he's just gonna pump a 1st level.
Yeah, they are all full except for one, essentially. So
yeah.
You kept them all safe, except I think 2 took damage, and after this short rest, one of them is back to full, and one of them's like a couple short of max. I just don't want you to spend like a high level spell for something that's really going to do nothing.
I mean, I could 2nd level it, just to top them all off. But whichever one is the
right. Yeah.
Okay, so the one that's the lowest, I'm just going to pump a 1st level cure wounds into it.
Sure thing. Give me the roll.
That's 6 points of healing.
Cool. Yeah, that gets it all to full. You now have 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 Rothe at full health. Full health is 18 for them.
Okay. Could I say that I did that before my... it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Does not matter at all.
Cool.
Alright, and yeah, Sorn's just gonna say, which way do we go, guys? Where are we going? Like, I fell out of the sky. Like, I don't know which way you came from. I don't know which way you're going. I just appeared in the middle, so... Where are we going?
Well, Damrakir was the one leading the way.
Yes. Yeah. So
take those twigs out of your ass and lead us in the right direction.
That's right. He walks along. You can see, there's other scratches on his back. Are they from nails? Are they from twigs? We'll never know. Only a couple of them are just sort of lightly bleeding, as he leads the way through the rest of the jungle here, deeper into the interior.
Would I be able to tell just by looking, because I'm proficient in survival, if they are made by dryads or by sticks and stones?
Give me a survival check.
Let's have a look. That's a 13.
It's probably hard to tell the difference. The dryads certainly have, like, it's kind of well known that their skin is kind of bark-ish, or like it's like a polished wood. Though, yeah, I mean the scratches are certainly consistent with fingernail markings in some areas, but some others it's a bit hard to tell. Maybe who's just sort of roughly held up against a tree.
Sure.
So, yeah, it could go either way on a 13. And you still have 2 inspiration points left if you want to burn one on this.
Nah, that's perfectly fine. That's fine.
Very cool.
I'll wait a little while. I could heal those wounds a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
Karu definitely wants to talk to Damrakir about the experience, but Karu has also taken his point at the back of the beasts, because that's where he was the first time they went through.
Yeah.
To kind of keep them going.
Somehow I dragged a invisible goblin minion with me with these Rothay. Thank you. Alright, cool. So, what's the marching order? Who's up front? Yama, looks like you're up front with Damrakir.
I'll be pretty central.
Yeah. As you're walking along, Damrakir kind of turns to you, Yama, and he says, "Oh, so there was a naked guy in tea. Did I miss much?"
Yes, it seems as though that man has no concept of time and just would have happily kept us chatting there possibly for forever. And we had things to do, though it did look like you possibly had a good time without us.
Yeah. Oh, well, so when the dryads, you know how it is, they get a bit attached. So you just gotta move on. You gotta move through. You can't, a rolling Damrakir gathers no moss, as they say. And yeah, I'm not looking to put down roots or anything. So we should just push on through. I've got places to be. I can't be staying around Verdant this whole time. There's plenty of other places for Damrakir to be.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah, I absolutely believe him.
Yeah. It's the great Damrakir. He's just a very.
100%. No, I think Yama is finding himself also starting to fanboy a little bit. He's maybe like a little bit jealous.
I'm gonna literally say as Pauly, I'm like, who's all for Damrakir joining the crew? Just saying.
I don't think he will, and remember, I did bust him out of prison.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it does seem like he is the unreliable sort. Like, I'm sorry, Damrakir, I do appreciate you as a person,
Sorn's
but
unreliable, and he's first mate.
Be careful what you say, Pauly. We are working for my family currently.
Yeah, but you're some cooler and hotter than you.
Yeah, but they are still my family.
Yeah,
Sorn did somehow come falling out of the sky to come and help us on this
Yeah,
quest.
when I heard you needed aid, and I just flew out of the sky. I'm better at flying than you stupid bird.
Pauly flies away.
Alrighty, alright, now that we've handled that.
I'm sorry, you've hurt his feelings.
He doesn't have any.
It's pretty much the only thing that'll actually hurt Pauly's feelings. It's just telling him that he can't fly good. So it's all he's got going for him.
Let's move you two a little bit closer. Cool. All right.
I'll fly back, but I'll be sulking at the back.
Yeah.
Sorn's gonna just say as Pauly pops back up to the, slowly catches back up to the group. Welcome back, you fine feathered fool.
I've got another F for you.
I think Katie's still with us, but possibly they're frozen. I think they're frozen on my screen. Can you still hear
Yeah.
me?
No, you guys are dropping in and out for me.
Okay. You can turn off
Everybody's
your,
all the
video
videos dropping in and out.
Turn your video off. It says you've got a red bars here, so.
Yeah, you keep disappearing from the video.
Katsu's probably eating the cable.
Yeah, you guys were disappearing from me.
Oh, it's our fault. Sorry. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. No, everything was just disappearing. I don't know what was going on.
Can't be my fault. My camera's off.
Yeah.
The common denominator here is Katie, so.
Damn.
Cool. Well, seeing as you're at the front of the group, Yama, can you give me a perception check, please?
Yes. Ooh. Come on. 15.
Cool. All right, yeah. So you hear as you start heading towards this sort of next clearing area. You walk for a good 20 minutes or something. By the time you get to sort of this next clearing area of the jungle, you can start to hear voices up ahead. It sounds like 4 separate voices talking to each other. Yeah.
Oh, I guess Yama is just going to maybe slap Damak here on the peck, and just make like a sound. And I hear voices. Is this? Are we approaching the clearing?
It's like hitting a tree. In fact, you hurt your hand. No.
No, it's armored. It's armored.
Yeah. The sound of metal on oak. Just as you slap that perfect bicep of Dumrakir's, to shut him up, as he was certainly midway through over-explaining, how he, he's got many different girlfriends on different islands, and he doesn't see it as really a big deal. His true love is the sea. So he could never really give himself up, and then he shuts up because you've hit him to be quiet.
Are we close by to? Was it Sarah? I can't remember who we were going to go see. Sorry.
You're heading through to Talia's safe house deep within the interior. You've still got a ways to go.
Okay. So maybe
Dumrakir sort of quietly does say, we need to keep heading east."
Well, I hear voices ahead. Do you know of others in this area?
It's a big island. I mean, lots of people use this area for moving around. There's also there could be hunters or trackers. I mean, I don't hear anything. Are you sure you heard what you heard?
I definitely heard something, and Yama is just going to maybe like make a wave towards Sorn and like point to his head.
Someone's going to speak to Yama in their mind and say, "What's up?"
I hear voices ahead. Dumrakir is not familiar with anybody in this area, and he says we still have a ways to go east. Do you think you or Captain could possibly venture ahead quietly?
Leave it with me.
Okay.
And then Pauly will hear voices up ahead. Maybe you should use your fantastic flight skills to get some verticality on them, and I'll sneak on up ahead at ground level.
Sorry, was that about fantastic flight skills? I actually want you to say it, not just in my head.
And
No,
we're
already trying
gone.
to be quiet.
Sorn's already made his way to the front of the pack.
You can say it.
He's already gone. He'll throw his hood on and make a stealth roll.
So yeah, you're sort of hiding or sneaking. So yes, you will have.
It's an 18.
As you're able to kind of make your way forward, sticking to the tree line, you see a 2-headed creature ahead of you. Its face is painted, wearing sort of a fur and leather and skull-adorned loincloth. Apart from that, quite naked. And standing tall, twice as tall as a regular man, and the heads seem to be arguing with each other and with someone else, or with another two. As you get closer, you kind of hear them arguing with each other in Giant. Not sure if you speak Giant.
I do not, but if there's any writing around, I can read it.
These two don't seem like the writing type.
I will sneak back around the edge and just say, I hear 4 voices. I only see one, but they have 2 heads. They are quite large. Maybe we leave Dumrakir here with the Rothe for a moment and assess the situation or kill them?
You think we could move around them? I'm definitely not the stealthy type.
Without great stealth, I don't think we could. We are happy to. I'm happy to try. Let me assess a little bit more, and I will
I'll go stealth as well, and I'll fly. I'll basically like jump from like tree branch to tree branch and try to be sneaky about it.
Okay. Can you give me a stealth check as well, please, Pauly? Sorn, I'm happy to keep rolling on this 18.
7.
How would you like to do a 7?
I am going to go. Oh, I'll fucking show that Sorn how good my flying is, and I will try and do like a dive between some really, really like close together branches, and then just smash through them.
Yeah. So you flit from tree to tree, trying to get a closer kind of vantage point, and then as you do, you crash into and out of one of the trees. Still probably airborne, like you didn't fuck it up hard enough that you crashed to the ground, but they definitely see you. And one of them looks up and goes, "Pretty birdie, make good hat," and the other one says, "No, my hat." And they sort of argue with each other whilst one of them seems to be lifting up a rock to throw at you.
So Pauly realizes what they are, yeah?
Have you? Yeah, actually, you'd know a lot about giants, wouldn't you?
Yes.
These are Etin.
Yeah, they can go and get fucked. And I go, and I'm just gonna fucking shoot. Like there's no niceness, nothing. It's just kind of like all of the brevity and happiness that Pauly usually has within him is gone.
Yep.
Just gone. Doesn't care. I'm gonna shoot one of the heads.
Okay. Well, we're gonna roll initiative because they have seen you and they're lifting up a rock to throw at you.
But I'll just aim at one of the heads without even thinking about it.
Yeah, and you definitely did not get an advantage.
Oh, hell no.
Or surprise with that stealth roll.
No, not at all. That's fine.
Cool.
Oh my god, my rolls are terrible. I rolled a natural 1, so that's 8.
Yeah. To go along with your
I rolled a 4, so that's 7. Would I still be in stealth, though, where I am?
Let me just double check. What was your stealth roll? An 18?
18.
Yes, they don't seem to know you're there. And they don't know the others are there either, but they're obviously very far away.
They just see a bird.
Yeah. And yours was a 1, wasn't it, Pauly?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, an 8.
Oh, an 8.
With my plus 7.
Sorry.
Yep.
That does make a difference. Cool. Alright. First up is the Etin. That's underneath you. It's going to lift up a rock and throw it at you. How high up are you, by the way?
If I crash through the trees, I'd probably be just through the trees, like just underneath like the lowest branch.
Yeah.
So whatever you choose that to be.
So we'll probably say you're a good 30 feet up, or 25 feet up or something. You're still pretty high, but these are tall creatures, so...
Yep.
Yeah, so he's going to throw a rock at you. That is a 14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
Okay, the rock goes sailing past. The other one is going to try and reach up. I'm going to say he's going to try and hit you with his axe, but with disadvantage, as you are relatively high up. Sort of having to stand up, reaching to try and hit you. 22 to hit?
That hits.
Okay. That's going to be 11 slashing damage.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
You absolutely can.
Perfect.
As they roar, or the one that throws the rock at you and misses yells, "My hat!" And the other one says, "No, it's going to be my hat!" and hits you with the axe. Karu, you hear this ringing out through the jungle. What do you do?
Cool. Karu yells at Dunrakir, "Dunrakir, take care of the beasts!" And he's going to clamber over them. I just counted it. If I dash, I can get to here, clambering over everybody in my way.
Yeah.
But that is obviously my full action. I get to here and I'm like, whoa, it's got 2 heads. That's my turn.
Yeah.
I can get 80 feet.
You can get 80. I'll let you get 80. You can move through allies without problem.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Run across the Rothe.
Because they're not 5 foot wide. Like they're wide beasts, but I think you can push through them, and they're unresisting. So.
Oh, okay. Well then. And then I can get to like here. Then. Or what? Yeah, no, 80 feet total. Yeah, cool. I can't do that fancy right click
on a Mac
thing because I'm on Mac. I'm on Mac, so.
Gross.
Yeah. Shortcomings. I do exactly what I just said. I turn around the corner. I'm like, whoa, it's got 2 heads.
Yeah.
I'm just like, done.
Perfect. And from there, I think you can only really see one of them, as the other one's on sort of the other side of a tree. But you can certainly hear it throwing rocks at Pauly. Both of them seem to be kind of looking up at Pauly, trying to clap it like a toddler with a butterfly. But the one that sees you, you sort of crash through the trees. The other one turns to look at you, points its morning star, and one of the heads turns to look at you, and he points his morning star in your direction. And he says, squid for dinner!
Calamari?
I don't know. That's a big word for them.
Point.
Sorry, Pauly, you're up. And then it's Sorn.
Ah, perfect. I am definitely going to shoot the one up to my left.
Mm-hmm.
And just try and blast out the left head.
Okay.
16 to hit?
Yeah, absolutely.
11 damage.
11 damage, yep. And sorry, which one was it again? This one here? The
one on the left.
The one on the left that Karu can also see.
Yes.
And it was 16.
Left one, left head.
Yeah. 16 damage, did you say?
No, 16 to hit, and then 11 damage.
11 damage, gotcha. Cool.
And
all right, yeah.
There's a D8.
I'll also give it the chance, so its other head, I guess, it can't really sort of dodge. So I'm going to, if you want to roll the damage die of the explosion of that shot. They are one being, so they really only have like 1 health pool, but I'll allow, because it sounds cool, that the other head will also get hit by the shrapnel of the...
Just 1 damage for that.
Yeah, okay.
Just 1 damage.
All good. Does not look happy about that. It's turned that, so one head's still looking at Karu, going, squid, dinner, and then the other one's looking up at you and is like, ow! It threw a rock at me!
Yeah, I'm gonna then dive bomb at that left head as well. I'm trying to kill one of the heads, not all of it.
Sure.
And then try an attack with Talon.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, it's a big one. 27 to hit.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't think I can do... Wait a second. I don't think I can do... How do I do like my big rolls on D&D Beyond, because I can't access Foundry?
When you go to roll damage, you can click the damage and then click the...
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack, yeah. And you'll just have to add them together. Alternately,
okay.
I think there's an individual dice roller that you can select all your dice.
I am going to re-roll the D8 with my piercer feat.
Sure.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's the exact same. 18 damage in total.
Okay. Certainly not happy about that, but is not bloodied yet.
Okay, I'm going to move I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna stay the same height, but move towards Karu. With how much ever movement I have left.
What's your total movement?
50 feet.
50.
While flying.
Yeah. So you've sort of done your drive-by, shot, and attack. I'm going to say you probably had to use a bit of feet to get up and down there, but then you've kind of moved back, staying at sort of that tree line level. If you go much higher, you actually leave the canopy of the trees and kind of lose sight on them.
Okay.
Because it is kind of overgrown and blocking out a lot of the sun.
Yep.
That does mean you can get above the tree line to avoid line of sight.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'm just going to add in as well that, I'm just going to literally scream, fucking kill them.
Cool. All right, Sorn.
I am going to, I suppose, do I want to leave cover for this? Yes.
I will give you... Whatever you're doing, I will give... if it's an attack, I will give you advantage, by the way, because you were hidden. But anything that's like a saving throw doesn't really matter for surprise.
I'm gonna make my way out while they're distracted over to here, and then the one that was just attacking Pauly, I'm going to cast. I guess I better roll that twice. A 3rd level Witch Bolt.
Okay.
That's a 21 to hit.
Absolutely.
For 18 lightning damage.
All right. So a crack of lightning lances out from you, or from your fingertip, and scorches this Etin, and it sort of one of its heads roars and turns around, looking left and right, trying to find the source, and eventually sort of lands its eye on you, and says in giant something I guess you probably can't comprehend. Doesn't sound happy though.
I wouldn't be either if I got zapped. I aimed right for the taint.
Yeah, it lets out a roar.
That woke him up.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Damrakir, having been told what to do, is going to spend his turn sort of grouping up the Rothe, and he says to Yama, are we fighting these things? Do you want me to make a run for it with the beasts, or am I waiting here?
I think our team will handle it. Just wait. Keep them calm.
Right.
Keep them away from the...
I'll keep any adversaries from attacking us from behind. And then it's your turn, Yama.
Cool. It looks like I can make it to there if I dash. Oh my gosh, I just need to move. Cool. I will go there, and I might actually, if I action surge, can I get to him and get an attack off?
Or
is that that's too much movement?
That's too much movement. So an action surge would get you to him.
Yeah.
Right? But you wouldn't be able to attack.
Maybe just look at
you have a bonus action.
Bonus action.
Also, describe to me what sword Yama has drawn as they run into battle here.
I think he's like a little bit still put off by the Commander Ledros sword, so he's gone back to his old faithful as he has for the last few battles. Yeah.
Yep.
I might actually cast a Compelled Duel on him. Just the one in front of me. So, yes. So that's like a will save a wisdom save to attack anyone other than me.
Yeah, tell you now, they're not great at wisdom.
You didn't think so.
They rolled a 5, so they are compelled. Both heads turn to look at you.
Yeah, awesome. So he can't move far away from me either.
Yeah, so he can't move further away. He's not gonna.
Yeah.
He's about to walk right up to you.
Hells yeah. So I'm standing at the ready, so that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. So you sort of draw the katana of the way,
Yeah.
and do you say anything as part of your, because this is still casting a spell, but it's a little bit different, right? Like do you
Yeah,
quote
no,
the
I
mantra
think it's
of the blade, or what are you?
it's more like he's assuming his like position in like a kata or something. I am imagining it as it's very like aggressive and almost like a come at me bro stance.
Yeah. And do you say anything? Because it does have a verbal component. What does Yama say?
Oh, okay. Then yes, he would like a katana of the way, light the path before me, bring my foe towards me, something like that.
Yeah, perfect. And both heads kind of turn to look at you, the sword seemingly glowing, and their eyes sort of look to you. They raise their big morning star and battle axe, and lumber. If that's your whole turn, they lumber towards you, and attack with both weapons. Yeah.
While Yama is just grinning.
Cool. So with the battle axe, swings down with one arm. That is a 15 to hit, which I assume does not.
Nope.
And then the morning star comes in from the other side to crack into your armor, but that's a 19 to hit.
Oh, that does hit just.
Okay. So the morning star cracks into your side for 18 piercing damage, as you're kind of rocked by that strike. That's its turn. The other Etin who you hit with a lightning bolt, Sorn, he's coming after you.
Yeah.
He's going to swing once with the battle axe as well. That's going to be a 11 to hit.
That misses.
Love to hear it. And a 12 to hit with the morning star.
Also misses.
So he's swinging at you wildly, but his the heads are not. The heads are still kind of arguing with each other, and going like, I'm gonna hit the sparkle fairy. No, I'm gonna hit the sparkle fairy. And you know you hear them call you what kind of sounds like they're calling you a lightning bug. I'm gonna squish the lightning bug.
I'm just like ducking between their legs while my my witch bolt is still tethered to them as well.
Yeah, perfect. All right, Karu.
I missed all of that, by the way, because my internet just cracked it.
Oh,
but it's okay. I was like, "You here?" and then just silence.
Well,
like 30 seconds, but it's okay. I'm back.
If you, like Katie, have terrible internet and can't pay attention to what's happening when it's happening, you can catch us on YouTube where you can rewatch everything, because we don't take notes. In fact, I just go there and rewatch the videos later. But Karu, one of the Etins is attacking Yama and has been compelled to duel him. And then one of the, you can kind of hear on the other side of the shrubbery near you, Sorn seems to be ducking and weaving an Etin as well. He hasn't been hit yet, but it's maybe only a matter of time. And these things hit relatively hard.
Yeah, I think Karu saw it hit Yama and was just like, whew. So he's going to bonus action activate his Crimson Right on the Cutlass. So I'll just roll that damage that I take. Is it gonna work? Maybe not. Something's going on. I don't know if it's coming through, so I'm just gonna...
Just tell us what it is if you see it. I don't see
I can't.
Oh.
I'm just gonna do it in the... Oh wow, my computer has just actually lost the plot. I can't even press enter. What is going on? No. That's weird. No, hang on, sorry. D6, I'll just roll it in D&D Beyond. I took 2 damage. Okay, and I'm sorry if all those other ones come through suddenly.
10 minutes from now, yeah.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom. So I've activated the fire damage aspect, the Rite of the Flame, and then I'm gonna run right up. Am I gonna run right up to it? Let's find out. I run right up to the Etin that's engaged with Yama. I'm gonna have to reset my computer in a second.
Sure.
But yeah. Because according to me, to my computer, the Etten is still going. Like, that's how behind I am. Yeah.
Now, give me an insight check if you can.
Okay. I'm going to roll it in D&D Beyond, hopefully. I think it's my internet in Footscray that's doing this.
Yeah.
I got a 5.
Cool. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Immune to fire damage. Oh. Jesus.
But you charge in?
Yeah, I charge right up to it, and I swing at it with the cutlass that now has the activated right on it.
Cool.
This is incredibly annoying. Has that come through?
Yep.
Okay, it came through. Cool.
22 to hit. Absolutely, that'll hit.
Cool. So this is just the.
Oh, lots of.
Sorry.
Oh,
yep,
oh.
Everything's coming through.
I'm gonna take the 9.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna take the 9 slashing damage.
So much damage.
Oh my god! That was me trying to press enter on a 1D. Oh my god! I'm so sorry.
That's right.
So that's 9 slashing damage, and then let me just do my crimson right damage.
How much fire damage?
Yeah. Oh fuck's sake.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
4. That was my first attack.
Yep, that bloodies the creature.
Cool, and then second attack.
You notice as you hit it, both its heads are no longer focused on Yama. One of them turns to you, and they seem to no longer be compelled to only attack Yama.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm good with that. Karu probably just grins at it as it looks at him, and I'll swing again. Does a 12 hit?
It does.
Hey. Come on, you piece of shit. Roll the slashing damage. 10 slashing damage. Mm-hmm. And I really should just set this up as a macro because it's such a pain in the ass to find in D&D Beyond. 2 crimson fire damage.
Cool. Well, yeah, it's just a d6, isn't it? So you could do that.
Yeah.
Sure. Sort of like the Esham macro.
Yeah.
The young cub macro. All right, so you dash forward, slice into this thing's legs with the cutlass, and a fire erupts on the fur sort of leg wraps that it has instead of shoes. It roars, stops paying attention. One of the heads turns away from Yama and centers its morning star on you. And kind of looks down at you. Its big sort of underbite grimace. It also lets out a howl and a roar. Anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
Cool. All right, Pauly.
Oh, I know this means not much, but its movement is reduced, but I'm sure it doesn't want to go anywhere.
That does mean something. I'm going to put down here. It does mean slowed. I mean, it could have considered running away.
It's just their movement has been reduced by 10 feet.
Yeah.
That's all.
Do I see that Sorn is attacking the other one by himself?
I'd say so. I'll move you to be able to see that. Yes. Yes, you certainly have seen from your vantage point in the trees here that Sorn cracked some sort of lightning tether to this big thing, and he's sort of dodging. He's having a pretty good time dodging around this thing. But you think it's only a matter of time until maybe he cops a battle axe to the back or a morning star.
Yeah. Knowing he's spooky, I'm gonna just yell out to yell out to Yama and Karu. You two boys take those. I can take this one. I'm gonna help out Sorn, and then just fucking dive bomb the other one.
Cool.
I'm going to attack with Talon. 23 to hit.
Absolutely.
Ones. What is with the? I'm going to re-roll that one because it's a 1. That's way better. 8.
It's a 2.
14. This is a big hit. 33. 33 points of damage.
Boom. Yeah, the extra hatred you have for Giantkin obviously fueling your attacks there. You have bloodied this creature. And it sort of howls, the trees shake, birds and other jungle life kind of fly away and go silent as this thing kind of roars out as you stab it in the back.
I have my pistol out, so do I need to put that away, then bring out my dagger? I just thought about this. I should do that, shouldn't I?
I think you technically have to drop it.
Draw it. No. So okay, I guess I'll just use my bonus action to put my pistol away and take out my dagger.
Yep. Yeah. Cool.
And that's it.
You don't want to drop the pistol?
No, I want to hold on to it.
Dropping it's a free action.
Don't drop your weapons.
I'll leave it. I'll leave it in my hands this time. I'll put it back in its holster.
All right, cool. Very good. All right. Anything else? Any movement? Any further movement?
No, I'm going to stay right next to it and then, scream at it.
Yeah. You certainly have got one of its head's attention, so it's probably going to split up its attacks. You think?
I'm gonna squawk back and try squawk back as loud as he yelled out.
Now, it's not on your sheet, I don't think, but Pauly probably knows some giant, at least the saltier words in giant, I would imagine. I feel like I would have picked up some stuff. I feel like actually that's a good idea. Yeah, definitely I would. I'd definitely know giant, wouldn't I? But probably swear words. So I'm just gonna fucking scream expletives at him. Yeah, perfect.
I'm gonna call his mother the son of a tiny pebble. I'm calling him the son of a tiny pebble because I feel like to giants being small is an insult.
Yes, yeah. The smaller they are, and these Ettins are probably on the smaller end of the scale of the ordning when it comes to giants. You've certainly travelled with cloud giants, who are kind of more up at the top of the end. These are kind of the low wretches of giantkin.
Yeah. So I'm going to call him a son of a pebble.
Yep. All right, Sorn. You have aid in the form of a parrot who's kind of dive bobbing and harassing this giantkin and has bloodied it with your help. What do you do?
I'm going to start off the round by casting Hex on him. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be... I have to damage it first for that 6 to do anything.
Sure.
And then I'm going to attack him with my Stormlord's Blade. And just get rid of that Witch Bolt altogether.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit, 15 damage, plus 6, so 21 total.
21 total, yep. This thing does not look great. Doesn't have much left in the tank after that. Definitely couldn't survive another one of those kind of hits.
I believe it was, you place a curse on the creature you see within range until the spell ends. You deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit with an attack. Also, you choose one ability when you cast a spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. I'm going to... Oh, what ability... there's not really anything that matters, is there? Nah.
Sure. Wow.
That's fine. Not against Pauly, right?
Yeah. You just choose one for the hell of it then, just for...
Alright, I'm going to give him disadvantage on... Athletics.
Okay. Yeah, so strength-based stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, awesome. So if he tries to grapple you, that could be he'll be up Trouble Town.
Yeah.
Any movement or anything else?
No, because if I move, he can... yeah, I'm going to just jump back from... Will I take attack of opportunity from both arms if I jump back?
No, just one.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna jump back from him as well.
Okay.
Like some feet.
Yep.
Can I move, please? Movement is set to
I think
combat.
because I'd moved us back
Yeah.
in the order. My bad. Sorry.
Alright.
He does connect with an attack though, hitting for a 25 to hit.
Yep, that hits. I'm also going to Hellish Rebuke that.
Sure. So he cracks you with 14 piercing damage with the Morning Star. As he does, flames erupt from around you. Lightning crackles off the heat that you've generated, and the flame rises up his shoulder. How much Hellish Rebuke damage do you do?
I do.
And you hit an 8.
Oh, I absolutely can. 16.
How do you want to do this?
He just bursts into flames.
Yeah.
But the flames like fizzle out rather quickly after he just disappears. How much damage did he do to me?
14.
Okay. So he did.
Yep.
And I'm just going to say to Pauly, thank you for the assist.
I could be complimenting my flying. No, actually, no, he doesn't even say that. He's actually really, you don't, like, I guess you don't really see Pauly happy anyway. He's furious. Like, in fact, now that the Etton's dead, he's actually just fucking stomping the skull.
The remains of the sort of the charred skull of this, one of the two skulls, I guess.
Yep.
Sort of a light down upon it, stomp your foot. Good. Anything else, Sorn?
No, that is all. Actually, with my how much movement do I have left? I moved 10 feet. I'm going to use my other 30 feet to move back up to the stump as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to end there.
All right. Damrakir is just doing Damrakir things, kissing his biceps and so on. Yama, you have a big beast in front of you here.
Yeah, and he's just taken this massive hit.
Yeah.
So he's gonna just start swinging. So 20 to hit.
Yeah, dirty 20, absolutely.
And that is 8. Oh, yeah, 8 damage. Sorry, I thought I was attacking with the wrong one. Attack again. 22. And 7 damage. And I'm going to action surge and attack again. 23.
Yep.
7 damage. And final attack, 17.
17 will hit.
Yes. Ooh, 14 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Hells yeah. So he's really just like been knocked back by this blow, and he just comes in like very smooth, very controlled, and just basically cuts the arms off, cuts the head off, just finishes it. Very clean.
All right, so yeah, you cut both heads off with an amazing strike. The ground shakes slightly as the body hits the floor. The body hit the floor, and then the ground keeps shaking as these creatures are no longer moving, but out from the trees bursts a hill giant, larger, more rotund, dumber looking, but with a giant club, and he screams out in giant, "Where's the birdie? Where's the squid?" And then kind of looks at you. He says, "Oh, you hurt my slave friends." And then he just raises his club and starts moving towards you. But it's going to be his action to get in there.
Yeah, Pauly's going to scream back at him in giant, "You're fucking next."
He's going to try and throw a rock at you, Pauly, but you and Sorn are behind cover there, so I'm going to say you have like a +2 to your AC.
Perfect, yeah.
And that's probably not going to matter because he does actually get a 17. So that rock comes sailing out of the air and cracks into you and part of the tree. 20 bludgeoning damage.
What did he hit? What was the number he hit?
17.
No, that doesn't. I got my armor class is 18.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, then yeah, I don't know why I have 15 written down here.
Yeah, because I remember
mine's 15.
The Thingo made me the studded leather. Which is like 12. The dexterity bonus 5. Yeah,
cool.
And then like a protection.
And then plus the 2 from the tree. Yeah. So okay. So you are not hit by 20 bludgeoning damage as the rock cracks off the tree next to you, and sort of sends splinters and flinders around. And then the hill giant is kind of looking over and he's like, "Did I squish it?" And then it's Karu's turn.
Karu's just gonna book around here and be like, "Oh fuck, this one's massive." But I can only get to here without dashing. So I think I'm just gonna stay there.
Sure.
I feel like it'll come to me.
You can take the dodge action if you would like to.
Is that like a defense thing? Yeah, I'll do that.
So make any of its attacks against you have disadvantage.
Yeah, because I reckon like Karu like heard that. He's like, "Oh, great, another one!" And then like he comes around the stump, skids to a stop because he's like, "Oh, okay, it's one's bigger than I thought."
Yeah.
And yeah, defense stand.
Yeah, this one's sort of those the Edens were big, sort of twice the size of a normal person. This is even bigger than that. So a hill giant is dummy thick. Is I think the official terminology. I'm trying to see if it has details here on how tall they are.
On how thick it is.
Oh, he's so thick. This guy obviously eats a little bit too much. We don't judge here at the table, but other giants might. You know what I mean? And he's got like a lot of like leftover food, like not on a beard or anything, but you can tell he's a sloppy eater too. It's just all over his chest and gut. And he sees you, and you hear him say the same words that the others said that maybe we're starting to think means squid now, as he kind of looks down at you. And he's like, "Oh, squid, smash."
I feel like in any language, Karu knows that what smash is at least. He's like,
yeah.
"Oh shit."
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going there, but okay.
Been spending too much time with Dumrak, yeah.
Yeah, smash. Yeah.
Karu looks up and is like, pass.
Yeah.
Pauly, you're up, and then we got Sorn.
Gonna do the old swoop and stab. I have 3 moves that I can do. So I will stab him with Talon, hopefully in his eye.
Sure.
23 to hit.
Oh yeah, this guy is very easy to hit. He doesn't seem to move out of the way. He has sort of hardened skin somewhat, but it's not particularly hard to damage.
Yeah, okay. 25 damage.
25, yep.
And then stab him with a dagger. 18 to hit.
Yep.
6 damage.
Alright, cool.
And then I'll just move back if I have the movement to go back close to Sorn.
Sure. Yeah, I think you can get back. Your buddy? Speaking of your buddy, Sorn's turn.
Sorn's gonna start out with a hex.
Sure.
I'm just gonna fucking bop that bad boy.
Does your hex get to transfer?
Yeah, whenever anything dies, I can transfer it for free.
Perfect. Cool. What would you like to disadvantage him with?
Strength again.
Okay. It's actually a good choice. This guy does look strong.
Yeah. Make him a little bit weaker. And then I'm going to cast Firebolt. 24 to hit for 8 damage, plus 2 necrotic. So 10 total.
10 total, love it. You see him sort of patting off the flames. You see some of his skin turning to necrosis. He kind of just scratches it off, and it sort of flakes to the ground. That's not to say he still gets the full damage. It's just he's dummy thick. He's got layers. You're revealing skin's freshest layer underneath by necroticizing the top layer.
All right. So did he come out as the other one died?
Yeah, we'll say.
All right, cool. So I still have a bonus action.
Cool. Yep.
I'm gonna jump back a bit as well because I'm not looking to crash hot currently.
Yeah, that was a big rock that he threw. Like you think that was?
Yeah, like, fucking smashed me. Like a bit of it splintered off the wood and like smashed me in the head. So like,
yeah,
there's like blood.
Narrowly missing your glasses.
Yeah. yeah, very narrowly missing my glasses. Okay.
Yeah.
And then with my bonus action, I want to cast a second level. I'm gonna go for a third level healing word on myself.
Cool.
Love
to see it.
That is 10 points of healing. Sorn, as he does it, he wipes the blood away from his forehead and like throws it on the ground, and he's like back up with a little bit more vigor.
Nice.
Ready to go again.
Perfect.
And I'll end my turn there.
Yama, you're up next.
Ooh, I have a perfect amount of movement to rush this guy.
Hells yeah.
So I'm going to stand right up in his grill, and I'm going to shoot a compelled duel at him as well. So he's just going to like draw his sword and kind of whisper to it like, "Come, my friend, we have done this before. We can remove this giant danger from our friends." And yeah, he's just gonna stand there and wait to be hit. He's bracing himself.
Nice. Just rush past the Karu in defensive stance and just
Yes.
No, I'll take the hit.
Run.
Perfect. Cool. All right. So compelled duel. It makes a wisdom saving throw. Is that right?
Yes.
It rolls a. Ooh, it is
DC 12.
Yeah, it rolls a 14.
Damn.
So it seems to shake it off. Probably not out of any mental acuity. Just out, like it probably just doesn't understand. Like it's just.
No.
It just sees you there and is like, okay.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Anything
That's
else?
everything I got.
Cool. How many compelled duels can you do?
I can do 4 in a day.
Ooh.
But like I can do 4 of like all
Other
my
things.
spells. Yeah.
So the giant is gonna kind of step forward to get to a point where it can kind of hit both of you, and is gonna try and hit you both with the great club. First attack on you, Yama. Gonna be normal. That is a 26 to hit.
Jesus, alright.
Oh no.
And that is 9 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
It'll attack you, Karu, with disadvantage. Ooh, lucky it did that. Because it could have been a lot worse. 11 does not hit?
Yep.
No. So while I imagine it does this in one big swing, cracking into Yama, and then trying to just follow through with that, sort of knocking Yama into Karu, but because of your defensive action, you're able to dodge out of the way and avoid it. That is this creature's turn, and it's Karu's turn.
Cool. I'm just gonna get myself so that I'm right next to him. Okay. Slash with the cutlass, I guess. Probably at its legs, because that's how big it is.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah. You're probably as tall as its leg. 16 will definitely hit.
Cool. So that's 9 slashing damage. That did not work. I pressed the wrong thing. I need to fix that macro. I was like writing it in going, I can't remember which slash. It's the wrong slash.
Bloody Mac keyboards.
Yeah, it was not me. It was not user error. It was the computer.
That's right.
So 4 fire damage, so 13 total. And then again, I will just hack at it again. 12?
12 narrowly misses, unfortunately.
Dang. Well, shit.
It looks down at you and is just like, "Hey, squid no stinger."
Karu's just looking at it like, I understood smash.
and then it looks down at you and he says, "No, you know smash. Me smash!"
Karu's like, no, me smash. And we just argue.
Pauly.
Pauly will do the exact same thing.
Flies in again.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Fly in again, stab away with Talon. 20 to hit.
Yep.
And 10. Where is it? Second, sorry. Sometimes there we go. Perfect. 24 damage.
Yep. That bloodies the creature.
And then stab it with the dagger as well.
All right.
19 to hit.
Yep.
What? So we custom rolled now then. 6 damage.
Alrighty. Still standing, still fighting strong, but it is bloodied and doesn't seem happy about it. You've sort of sliced open some of its shoulder tendons up top, but it still seems to be swinging this big club around. Do you dart back, I assume?
Yes, yeah. I'm trying to slowly decapitate him. That's my plan here.
With a pointy weapon, not a cutting one.
Yeah, that's exactly it. By literally stabbing, and then the next time stabbing that a little bit further in. You know.
It's like a sheet of stamps, right? It's easy to tear off because it's got so many holes.
It's perforated.
Rations.
It's perforating the neck.
So it'll just tear right off.
Yep.
Perfect. Sorn?
I am going to summon my Stormlord's blade, but throw it as a knife.
Sure.
At him from where I am, because I need to stay back a little bit.
Yep.
I rolled damage first for some reason. Let me just.
Now, Stormlord's blade, it does say it's 5 feet. Oh no, you can throw it.
It also has thrown as well.
Now that's outside your 20 range. So you'll have to move closer.
I will move up just a touch.
Sure.
And then I will throw it. And then to hit. 15 to hit for 6 damage plus the hex damage of 2.
Okay. Those both hit. So the blade materializes in your hand, lances out forward, doing radiant damage, I believe.
Yep, radiant and necrotic together.
Yeah, so this sort of this blade of light arcs through the air, stabs into the creature, and then sort of dissipates, leaving behind sort of a scorched, dying, decaying flesh mark in its thigh. As it kind of turns to kind of look at all of you. It's very unhappy, but it's obviously got 2 people right in its way right now.
And then I'm going to also jump back
down
to where I was.
All right, Yama.
Ooh, Yama is swinging away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's attack.
Swinging away.
Yama on one leg, Karu on the other. 21 will definitely hit.
Yes.
That's the blade of Ledros.
Ooh, whoops. Oops, definitely different.
Not that it may matter, but...
Oh god, no, I rolled a 10 on the other one.
10, unfortunately, will not hit.
Alright, second swing, 24.
24 will definitely hit.
And that's 7 damage.
7 damage. You slash into this thing, it howls and curses at you in giant. Yeah. By Jotun's mighty beard.
Can I attack again just because I didn't move?
No.
No.
That's asking though.
Yeah, I love the ask, and but no. Unless...
Oh well, I get 2 attacks per action.
Yes.
So don't I get 2? Yes.
You have
okay,
a movement,
no. Yeah.
an action, and a bonus action. Yeah.
No, all good. Oh, I might actually use my bonus action to just second wind and give myself some health.
Sure.
15 health to me.
Potentially a good idea, as it is going to try and hit you with this great club.
Cool.
That is a 19 to hit.
Oh, yes, my AC.
Okay, so it slams you with this giant club for 26 damage.
Oh,
Jeez.
What?
Yep.
Yama's bloodied now.
And the second strike comes down on Karu. That's a 16 to hit.
Yep, just my 15 armor class.
And that's 16 bludgeoning damage.
Ew. Ew.
Alright, Karu.
Oh my god. Sorry, I just went to apply that damage and it didn't work.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on. I bet I'll do that in a second. I know it's 16.
Therefore, you might apply it twice.
Do you put it directly in D&D Beyond, or
Yeah, and it didn't update in D&D Beyond.
maybe you're lagging again? Because you can't blame D&D Beyond, because it couldn't be easier.
Yes. Right. Karu, I think, hack and slash is what he's got. So he kind of like takes a hit and he's like, whoa, and he just straight back in with the cutlass, just trying to hack at this guy's leg.
Ooh.
But he was a bit dazed by the hit.
Stumbling a bit, off balance.
Yep. So he will try again. Oof. Does that hit? 14?
Yep.
Cool. 9 slashing damage, and let's see if I wrote this macro correctly. Oh, I did.
Huzzah!
And 3. Wait.
Yep.
Whoa, what? Oh, yeah, sorry. It looks really weird on my screen. 3 fire damage.
It is still standing, but not easily.
How close to dead does it look?
You don't think it could stand another one of those full attacks?
Alright, I'm gonna leave it to Pauly and Sorn and Yama to take care of it. And yeah, that's me done.
Cool. Pauly?
I think you know what I'm going to say.
Is it something that rhymes with dart in, attack it, and dart out again?
Yeah.
Love it.
I think I know I'm role playing.
Yeah. We had the riddles, and now it comes. That was a bit of freshness, a bit of zest.
That's it.
Now we're back to you gotta have your potatoes. You gotta have your starches. Your bread and butter. Very good.
29.
Very fitting. Very fitting.
29. Let's go.
Look, I don't know if you can even do less than 10 damage on your crits.
No, I can't.
Yeah. So how would you like to do this?
1 second. I want to see how much it is.
Okay. A lot of
Because it's
dice, I imagine.
double my sneak attack, right? So that's okay. So that is 19 damage for the actual hit, and then
See how much you obliterate him by.
And how many ones you have to re-roll?
It's all those perforations that you did in the neck. It just flies off.
It's all that prep work, you know what I mean? So that it tears off easily.
40,
Jesus.
40-something damage all up.
46 damage all up.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, so I don't think this thing even gets to unconsciousness. I think it goes straight into the realms of sleep and death as it bleeds out.
Yeah, I want to stamp its head off. I want to perforate its head off. That's exactly what I want to do. And then I want to tear it off.
Yeah, so it takes a while because this guy's got a thick neck. Like its neck is like it's a giant thumb up there. You know what I mean? So you perforate. I think your sword's probably not even wide enough to go through, or long enough to go through the entire neck easily. But you perforate, especially with that crit, you kind of float up behind it, get right back in. I'm imagining Attack on Titan style, You just fly past, nape of the neck, stabbing and swinging in, and then it collapses to the ground, and you're still there, using the talons on your legs and the sword to just like rip the back of its head off its neck, as the rest of the party kind of just watches on.
Yeah, this is as gruesome as you've probably ever seen Pauly be, guys. Like, this is like, he is fucking like screaming and like in anger, just in giant screaming die.
Yeah, reminiscent of perhaps a vulture tearing off strips of flesh from roadkill, but with malice instead of just the need to live.
Hunger.
I'm getting my talons, like my actual feet, in there and like trying to gouge out flesh. Yeah, it's gruesome.
Yeah.
And then, like,
it starts raining.
Afterwards, Pauly's literally going to be just like kind of heaving after he's decapitated it, just kind of like heaving, like breathing hard from like the exertion, and then just say in common, "I fucking hate giants."
Yeah, I think I got that. Is there anything else coming out of the trees?
It doesn't seem to be. It has opened up a bit of a pathway here. Let's see if I can that it ran through. See that beyond, and beyond there seems to be sort of dead trees and darker parts of the jungle itself. You don't need to go that way, but you do have sort of a clear line of sight into sort of another area. It looks like that the giant was probably hanging out.
Can we roll like a quickie perception check for some treasures?
Sure. Yeah, give me a perception check.
I'll join in on that too. Absolutely.
Ooh, natty 20, 25.
I won't even roll.
So Yama, you don't see any treasures on these creatures. Doesn't seem like they carried around really any jewelry apart from sort of there's a large kind of leather thong that has sort of a small skull on it. But that skull is like a human-sized skull. Like it's like a necklace for this guy, but it's not that for you. It doesn't really have any pockets or anything like that either. You do see though a cave beyond that potentially leads to this thing's lair. Though as well, the other thing you do notice with that excellent 25 is that this tree in front of you looks a bit mean. And is covered in spider webs, and so is the cave beyond. There seems to be a heavy covering of spider webbage beyond.
All right, I think Yama would just point it out to my captain. It seems like this may be the lair of the spiders that AllSeed mentioned. Should we return for it later?
Is the giant corpse out of sight?
Well, no, it's taking up this big area on the ground.
Okay, we walked into that where that tree is, right?
Sorry, what do you mean?
So have we walked into that area where the tree is?
I don't think we walked in there. I think we just looked. We can like see a path from where the giant.
Yeah, I know Yama definitely wouldn't have walked off into there.
Pauly breathes out after that, and then just something kind of snaps in him, and he just goes right back into normal. So he's like, I mean, fuck it, we could go for it.
I say we go later and we drop off these Rothe first so they don't get eaten by giant spiders.
Definitely once our cargo is safe.
All right, yeah, you guys are right, and you're right, and you're smart about it. I trust you.
Karu has made his way back to Dunrikia.
Yeah, we're still in combat, so I can't move.
Oh, sorry. Let me in combat.
Yeah. And look, guys, I'm sorry for that. I didn't mean to go a bit crazy there. That's just probably good for reference. If there's a giant, I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Look, there's probably something I don't like out there in the world that's gonna make me do that. I don't know what it is yet, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Didn't you have a giant in your party at one point?
He wasn't really a giant.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, but look, we also didn't get along. You know, he grew on me, sure, but anyone who's full-blooded giant, really, in my eyes, can go diet.
Fair
I mean, he grew on you, but he was already pretty big, so there wasn't a lot of growing he could do.
He's still got growing. He's still got growing to do. In depth.
Or a shower, so you know.
So, yeah, all we know is he was rock hard.
That's right, at all times.
Some would say bricked up.
Bricked up.
And then I'm going to Dumraki is going to hear in his mind. Is it this way? And I'm going to point like over here.
Yes. So Dumraki is like, oh, yep. This way, and sort of starts giving a bit of a yip to the Rothe, and starts leading them along. Now it is about 9 o'clock, so I think this is kind of where we will call it. As you start pushing through to the next area, I'll just describe what you see. As you push through a little bit further, you take some of the twists and turns of this sort of jungle canopy area. You eventually get to a bit of a kind of watering hole, a small island with a sort of a desiccated old tree in the middle. Dumraki here indicates that you need to head south from here, though of course you can hear a bubbling of water as there's sort of a stream of water above you that leads to the north. And if I can just get perception checks from all of you.
I can see through there with my vision as well.
Yeah, you all can actually, but I'll give you perception checks anyway.
17.
Can I use hearing?
Absolutely.
There you go. I'll roll with advantage.
17.
Ugh, 8.
17.
All right. We got 23 or 17, and what did Pauly get?
17.
Okay. So Yama, you're the first to hear and see a creature that is rather monstrous. It has the head of a hammerhead shark, and the sort of body or legs of a crab.
Whoa! Sorry.
Look at all those chins.
Sorn and Pauly, you see this as well. Yama, what you see further is that there are other creatures beyond. Some you can't necessarily make out. One of them looks like a sort of scaled person, though, and with an excellent 23, you see what looks like they're wearing a cloak, but then on sort of closer inspection, even at this distance, it looks like it's actually connected to their arms.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like a manta ray situation.
The other thing you notice, though, is there's something beneath the water in front of you, and that's where we'll end this week.
Sorn's also going to point out that thing looks like a fucking Drydar. They're bad. They're really bad. Drydar's bad.
Yama's just gonna beg Sorn for some healing.
That'll have to be next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Sorn's also going to try and romance that thing with the cool cape that's stuck to its back.
You're gonna be.
She looks kind of hot.
Very good. Cool. So another fun session. I know we missed last week. Everyone's moved now. No one's allowed to move anymore for another 12 months.
I'm so sorry. I am locked in for 12 months, so that's all good.
I'm not moving at all for the next however many years. I refuse to leave this place. Moving in here sucked. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
My biggest issue now is work.
Yeah, cool.
Hours are everywhere. I'm going back to work in 20 minutes.
All right. Yep. We'll let you do that. I'll call it there for the sesh. Thanks very much for Fireworks and my boy Yeezy, who already has a dragon named after him, which was Yeezy Mandius, but he cashed in some more bits, I think, to get another character named after him. So maybe the next Fey they meet won't be AllSeed. It will be some sort of Jesus kind of reference, I think. And
Jesus could be a dream or nightmare that I have to go and kill.
And knowing the guy behind that name, he's probably going to have to be high at all times. So, sounds great. He's gonna be on that leaf. You know what I mean? He's a big fan of that leaf.
AllSeed is like a supplier.
Yeah. But he's like no seeds, no stems. You know what I mean?
He's smoking that crotch leaf.
That's right.
Infiltrate the dealers, find the suppliers.
All right, cool. We're gonna call it there, and we'll catch the rest of you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.